This last script that we went over, you know, it's called, it's a sales example called massive approval and a drip out. A drip out response, and we'll talk about what a drip out response is, but sales is massive approval and you're going to drip out a response. Mike, in real estate, who teaches this stuff, honestly?
The excellence organization.
Right. And our fearless leader, Mike. How about the no excuses? No excuses script. How to ask for opportunities even after the for sale by owner says no. Okay? For sale by owner. Well, if you have a buyer, we're willing to pay 3% commission only if you have a buyer. I'm not interested in listing it. So you say, response, you know, I haven't seen it yet, Mr. Johnson. The good news is that I work with a lot of buyers. And with that, and with the amount of inventory I carry, I'm generating new buyers every single day. If I don't have one now, you know, there's a good chance that I'll have a buyer very soon. You know, we're talking about carrying a lot of inventory. Mike, did you know that however many listings that you want to get sold in the month, you have to have 4 times the amount of inventory. If I want 3 to sell, I have to have 12 inventory. Okay, so somebody who has an inventory like that, you can use that, right? Okay. Veronica Gomez, 98% of all for sale by owners end up listing with agents. That's the good news. 98%. 2% don't. 2%, you know, they do it on their own and they're going to get $55,000 on an average less. Okay? But 98% they end up caving in. It's important to ask a for sale by owner 2 questions, Alexis. 2. 1 is, how important is it to you to get your home sold quickly? And Claudia, number 2 is, how quickly would you like to move? You got to know these 2 things, right? Corina, contact for sale by owners both on the phone and in person. Now, when we're through this virus, we can do both. But now, phone. I mean, I want somebody to do anything right now, right? But we have to do both. Okay. Ulysses. Oh my gosh. Mike, I'm really proud of this, okay? This is what I did. I must really be weird because I'm like, okay, well, let's analyze this here. I'm going to write some things on a for sale by owner, what they are as an individual, and why don't agents, what's the deal with it? Where's the connection? Where does it stop? So this is what I put. Okay? I put for sale by owner, save money, bad experience with an agent, done it before, they're a do-it-yourselfer, they think it's easy. Maybe they had their license in the 60s. It's time to test the market, so let me try it on my own. The most important, Mike, don't know who to hire. Okay. You'll like this one. Individual, what kind of people are they? They're controlling. They're condescending. They eat their young. They don't trust people. They're cheap. Most important, they know it all. Okay, we gotta know this. We have to know this most importantly. Watch. Why is it hard for agents? It's confrontational. Knowledge equals power. Ignorance equals fear. We don't know what to say. It's not confrontational if you know what to say. You don't know how to respond to what they're saying. Right? There's a difference between the 2, but still, that's another point. This is another reason why. Because we're lazy, Mike. We need to have 8 to 12 conversations with them. We need to know that in advance. Thank you for our first of 12 conversations. I'll be back every week for 12 weeks. Most important, we give up too quickly. So let's take these 3 things. Don't know who to hire, know it all, give up too quickly. Put it into the machine. Goes for sale by owner plus individual plus why it's hard for agents equals they're looking for an agent who will not give up and will show them through questions that they need help. Bingo. That's where it all connects. Isn't that good, Mike?
That's awesome.
I was thinking about patenting, putting a patent on that, but we can talk about that later. How about the quick and easy? The quick and easy is another one. It helps avoid distractions, it keeps you focused while finding clients. There's 4 parts to this one. There's an introduction, the opening questions, the qualifying questions, and the appointment section. Introduction. Hi, this is Alexis with Excellence Real Estate, and I'm calling about the home for sale at 123 Banana Street. Are you the owner? Opening questions. When you sell this home, where are you moving to? It's none of your business. Great. What date do you have to move by? How did you determine your list price? Why are you selling the property yourself? Did you consider using an agent? Qualifying questions is the next section. If you don't sell the home before you have to move, what options will you consider to help sell the property faster? Okay, we haven't talked about that one yet. What is your timeline before starting to interview agents? That's going to put doubt in their mind, right, Mike? Why? Because 98% end up doing it. Okay? If I prove my marketing tactics are significantly different than my peers, are you willing to pay me a commission when I get you a qualified buyer? How about the appointment section? Let's get together for 20 minutes and let me show you what I'm doing differently. If it's not completely different from what you are doing and what your previous agent did, I don't expect you to go with me. Does today at 1 or 5 o'clock better? Is 20 minutes of your time talking with me worth potentially netting $50,000 more from the sale of the home? Interesting. Let's look at this real quick. Okay, I'm calling about the home for sale. Are you the owner? Yes, I am. When you sell this home, where are you moving to? Well, I don't really know yet. Not motivated, right, Mike? What date do you have to move by? Doesn't matter. Could be next year. Not too motivated. How did you determine your list price? Well, I looked at, what is that thing called? Zillow. Okay. There's a disclaimer, a disclosure on the bottom of Zillow that says could be 5% off on the price. Why are you selling the property yourself? It's easy. You guys make a lot of money. For what? Let's go to escrow. Let's get a buyer, go to escrow. Okay. Did you consider using an agent? No, that's why I'm a for sale by owner. Right? Okay. If you don't sell the home before you have to move, what options will you consider to help sell the property faster? That's an interesting question. Listen to this answer right here. What is your timeline before starting to interview agents? Hey, I'm not going to be interviewing agents. So why are you asking this question? That's what they're going to say. If I prove my marketing tactics are significantly different than my peers, are you willing to pay a commission when I get you qualified buyers? Well, why are you even talking about other people right now? You shouldn't be, okay? That's why I don't like this one as much, and there's a lot of other reasons, but if you like it, use it, okay? I mean, don't show them that you're concerned about your competition, just go, right? Let's get together for 20 minutes and let me show you what I'm doing differently, okay? If it's not completely different from what you are doing, do you think it's going to be different from what they're doing? Yeah, like the MLS is one, right? I mean, a lot of different things. Okay, so that's another one. We're halfway through, Mike. That was page 7. Okay, Victor, 4 to 6 weeks is the average time for a for sale by owner. An average time it takes a for sale by owner to give up, right? And list with an agent instead. You know the good news is, Mike, when we started this with football and everything, we're winning 98-2, right? Us agents, we're ahead. 98% of them end up getting the listing, but we need to be a part of that. 2% is the sellers that get $50,000 on the average less. The sell by owner says, well, do you have a buyer? Do they ever say that one, Mike?
All the time.
Right, respond, no. You've not hired me yet to work to get you a buyer for your property. Can I meet with you to show you how I would get you a buyer? Okay, that's the honest approach, right? But it works. Mike, the light bulb's going to go on for somebody somewhere in this, okay? And that's what we're looking to do. We want them to do action first, okay? That's all I'm looking to get, action. There's a star next to this one for Saeed, because he's such a good, patient man. For sale by owners, try to make it look like they lack motivation. Don't believe it. They're lying, okay? Oh yeah, well I don't have to. Well, no, I don't have. No. They are. The more they, the more they are. Okay? Don't believe it. The agents the agent ends up making it a condition. Oh, well, it's not an objection, it's a condition because he doesn't have to do anything. So remember when we were doing handling objections part? And I said there's a difference, Mike, between the objection and the condition. Once they start giving us the indication to us that we believe and we get sold on by the for sale by owner that they don't have to do something, oh, okay, well, it's not really a objection, it's a condition. Don't get sold into that. You've lost. Okay, so don't get sold in that. Whereas instead, it's an objection that the agents cannot overcome, and they should lose their license if that's the case. We've got to learn what to say, you guys. Come on. We can do this. All right? Right, Mike?
Correct.
Can you show value to a for sale by owner? Can you?
Yes.
Okay? A salesperson with skills can. Let's be that. Let's start to learn how to do that, you guys. Okay? You need to close the for sale by owner, Mike. In the 80s it was 3, right?
Yes.
In the 90s maybe it was 4.
Yes.
Are we getting a trend here? Because now it's 2020s, it's 5 to 7. And each time you talk with them. So, with that in mind, 5, let's just say 5 times, how many times do you have to go see him? Up to? 12! How many is that, math people? 60? Close them 60 times. Just count it. No. Only 30 more to go, right? It's going to happen. Boy, this guy's persistent. I'm going to use him. But it's all a different closing question every single time. I have some for you. Mike.
All right, so we got a couple comments.
Good.
Lorenzo Espinosa, he's a legend from the 90s. Big investor says, yes, I agree, extremely substantial, substantively, very good detailed training skills. This coach is great.
Thank you. Thank you. Coming from you especially, that's an honor. Thank you so much. Okay. Here we go. Star. Who's the star? Let's do. Here's the all-star team. Let's go with the best friends, Suhaila and Karina, together. Here we go. Suhaila and Karina together. I love that team. Where are we at? Do they know what a for rent by owner is? Do you guys know what a for rent by owner is? That's the new thing. Mike, right now, during this pandemic era, you know, I keep abreast as to the shifting of the market and what we do, most importantly as agents. I have the luxury and I'm lucky to get that. I hear it from the best around the nation. So right now the newest things are, not newest, but the things that we need to make sure and do is overly call our center of influence, be the calming force for them. The second is, people are starting to call for rent by owners. What's a for rent by owner? You're going to add this into your source, another source of getting business. Mike, do you call it for rent by owners? Have you over the years?
Would that be a buyer, coach?
Well, I'm glad you asked. Actually, there are investors that are either renting out there of necessity, so it's an advertisement, they're looking for a renter. Got it? But they're the investor owner. Okay? You're going to find these for rent by owners. People looking for a renter. There are investors that are either renting out of necessity, or they are just investment properties and are either A, looking to liquidate, or B, looking to add more. Okay, so they're either looking to buy or sell. All right, so there can be both. Knowing this, by merging the two, gives an agent a good opportunity to double some of these leads for rent by owners. The theory behind that is, quote, well, calling the ad, I see you are advertising a property for rent. Have you considered selling it? Are you renting it out of necessity, or are you looking to hold this property long term? They will be honest with you. These people don't mess around. They don't eat their young also, like for sale owners. They're okay. For rent by owners, sample script, okay? Hi, I'm calling, now this is just the intro to what it is, right? That's what we're trying to get our goal. Hi, I'm calling about the rental you have listed online. Are you still trying to fill that vacancy? Well, yes, I am. Okay, great. I'm calling the right person. Thank you. This is Saeed with Excellence Real Estate. Mr. and Mrs. Jones, I'm calling because I work a lot with buyers, sellers, and investors in the area and want to find out what your long-term plans are with the property. Did you buy the house as an investment property, or did it end up as one through circumstances? Mike, do we say this in real estate?
Never.
We do here? This is sales. It's gonna open. What? Huh? I just got you 5 transactions this year. Do you have any other rental properties? When is the last time you had an appraisal or a comparative market analysis done to see what the property is worth? If your equity position, you guys are getting fancy, was right, would selling the property be an option for you? Now, they're going to be answering, but I just keep going. As I have helped homeowners and landlords over the years, I found, sometimes it makes sense to rent, and Mike, at others, it's better to sell. Here's what I would like to do. If you're okay with it, I would like to do more research on your property to determine its value. Hey, worst case scenario, okay, is that, I just find out that you could be charging more for rent. That's a benefit for them, right? They didn't have to pay for it, just their time. Or that the property worth is different than you expected. Oh, wait a minute, it's $700, I thought it'd be like $640. Okay, maybe they want to sell. Do you have a few minutes this week to review what I come up with and see what option you have as a landlord? See, Mike, we have a lot of different options on these guys now, right? We also have a center of influence, customer for life. Remember, when we add a center of influence, how much is that worth to us? $1,000 in this area every year until you retire. Noel and Amato and Adriana, $750 for you, and Paul, $750 for you. Okay? See, I already know more about your guys' business, Paul and Amato, than you do. Just joking. Is the property currently vacant, or do you have renters moving out? Why would you ask that? Well, they're advertising it. Okay? Well, they're moving out. Okay, that's fine. I'll wait. Right? I want to see Amato's response on that one. How long have you owned the house and been renting it out? So this is what we want to say. Mike, do you see the different types of resources that we can get business on this one?
Yes.
And then the last thing is the center of influence. They're going to be on your center of influence. You know that. They're going to appreciate what you're doing. You're not, oh yeah, this is, you want to sell? If I say, do you want to sell, who is that about?
That.
The agent, right? No, I don't want to sell for you. No, I'm going to ask questions, or I'm going to maybe answer questions from a salesperson who asks me questions that make sense about me, right? How about the objection handler? We're going back on the eating your young for sell by owners again. Focuses on the objection. Well, I don't want to pay your commission. Have we heard that before? Okay. Hi, Mr. For sale by owner. I'm sure you don't want to pay a commission, right? Because that's what they all say. That's what you're going to end up saying. I'm calling about the home for sale. Is this Mr. Smith? Yes, it is. Okay, great. Well, this is Alexis with Excellence Real Estate. I'm a real estate agent here in the area, and I noticed that you have your home for sale, and you're selling it yourself, right? I decided to give you a call today because I've helped a lot of for sale by owners sell their homes, and I'm just calling to see how are things working out for you. When you do sell this home, where will you be moving to? What is your ideal time frame for getting there? Do we see a common type of questions on all these, Mike? Pretty much, right? But it's a style in what you're going to say, whatever's more comfortable for you. Okay? I'm curious, is the commission the main reason why you decided to sell the home on your own instead of using an agent? Just be upfront right now. Right? They're going to tell you, well, yeah, you guys don't deserve it. Well, thank you. Okay? If I can show you how I can actually sell this property for you and net you more money than if you sold it yourself, even after my commission is paid. Hey, Mike, is that something you'd be interested in looking at?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's say they respond, well, I don't see how you can do that. How? I'm paying more commission. I'm glad you asked, because I completely understand. I would think the same. Doesn't make sense, does it? Wow, I hear you, right? If you thought that an agent can do that for you, you would have hired one already, right? I understand, because if you thought this, you would have hired one already, right? Okay? And at the same time, if there was a financial benefit for you to list with me rather than sell it on your own, you would probably go and do it, wouldn't you? So you're like stroking them. You're the greatest. Because we already know you would be doing these things. That's exactly why we need to meet. I have an opening at 5 tonight, or would 7 be better? Do you like that one? Is it okay? Okay, good, good. Pick one, guys, all right? Now, how about this? Who's new in the business? Okay, who's a vet? Okay, star. Pretend you are a new agent that doesn't know any better the next time you see a for sale by owner. Okay, do we really have to go down that? Yeah, we do. But not for the excellence agents, okay? Only the other people. Because everybody's going to start to hit for sale by owners now, right? Yes.
They're gonna run out.
Right. Okay, here we go. The for sale by owner is concerned about paying a commission. What? That's shocking. Again, we're going to talk about this, right? You know what? This is what you say. You know what? I would be doing the same thing. I would be doing the same thing. Acknowledge the for sale by owner. Don't make them feel stupid or wrong. Sometimes you need more than just a one-word response like terrific. Remember what we were saying? You say something else to acknowledge them, like make them feel good. For instance, well, what I hear you saying is you're looking to net the most that you can when you sell. Am I right? When commission is brought up, connect it to the net instead. Every time a commission is brought up, saying you sound like a very, very smart seller. So what I'm hearing is the net is the most important to you, isn't it? You know, really, like, I'm glad you brought that up. Wow, you brought up commission. I'm glad. And then connect that with the net. Mike, will that change it?
That would change it.
Yeah.
All right. Mr. Amado says, Coach, a good agent will net a seller more money than the seller selling it himself. Sellers will attract non-qualified buyers.
That's right. It's just one of many things that can go wrong, right? How are we doing on time, Mike? We're okay?
You have another 10 minutes.
Okay, great. We'll do this one, or let's see how it goes. I got really involved with the color schemes, didn't I? Just want to keep you guys awake. Okay. Oh, Mike, I wanted to get a silver one.
A silver one.
You know, so silver and black.
Silver and black.
But it's hard to read. It's kind
Yeah,
of, so it's too bad.
Oh,
All right.
wow.
That's too bad. Or different types. I mean, who's going to eat their young, right? They are. Especially when they are new on the market. Now, let's talk about that. They're different people, especially when it's fresh, right? Okay, now
A good seal to a shark.
that's right. Yeah, they're really, really different now, okay? So we got to really be on our A game. We don't want to make them wrong, ever. We want to affirm what they are doing, then present ourselves as plan B, okay? We're not there to try to sell them something. We're there to understand, gee, I don't blame you. I'm going to be coming back a couple more times. That's why we quit, Mike. But we can't do that. Okay, and remember, I'm plan B for later on. I'm going to come back. Okay, so it's a softer close. All right? I mean, Mike, if he has a for sale by owner and it's 2 days on the market, are you going to get the listing?
No, he's gonna throw you out.
Right. Okay. You ever been thrown out?
You know, there's a for sale by owner in Downey. I moved into my house about a year and a half ago, and he's still going at it.
Yeah.
Nobody can get, or either the agents are not hitting them, because I didn't hit him.
Right.
I just wave at him and that's it.
Yeah.
Keep driving. But he's there.
Wow. Yeah, it's amazing. How about the easygoing approach? Okay, easygoing removes the pressure and encourages a comfortable conversation. Okay, here we go. This might be the one for you. Hi, this is Victor, a local real estate agent. How are you? I saw your house go up for sale, and I know you're selling it on your own. I was curious if you're open to working with a buyer's agent, if they could bring you a fully qualified buyer. Okay, great. Well, have you already moved, or do you still live in the home? Got it. Where are you off to when the home sells? Where are you off to when the home sells? Great. And with the market being so good right now, are we going to say that right now? Yes, we are. It's great right now, right? I don't know what you're talking about. It's great. What do you mean? Well, it's great. Okay? I'm sure you'll have no issues selling it on your own. If for some reason you can't, you're not going to look at any other option for the next at least few weeks, right? Right. Well, okay, that makes sense. Well, I would like to stop by one day this week and take a quick look at your home before getting to work. Are you typically around in the afternoon, or are evenings better if I was able to quickly stop by? This is just trying to get in to do something. It's not the greatest, but it's easygoing, and it's an option. Okay? How about this? A motto: follow up with them every Monday. Well, why not Wednesday? Monday. Well, why not Thursday? Monday. Why? Anybody guess? Because things happen on the weekends, don't they? We could have had an open house. We could have had showings. So you go back and say, how was that open house? You know, I had one this last weekend. Whoa, you should have seen all the people. So remind them, hey, how do we do? Did we get a buyer this weekend? So go on Mondays. Plus they're mad. Everybody's mad on Monday, right? Gosh darn it, you're right. I should have done that. Did you go out and prospect the area with the flyers I told you to do the week before? Always tell them, Mike, every week something. Give them a little homework assignment. Okay? I want you to go hit 100 doors in the area, get a nice flyer, come back on Monday. How did it go? You did it last weekend, right? Well, no. Gosh darn it, you know, I did it for my other one around the corner. It was great. I got 2 buyers for it. We have a couple
Plus, you
offers.
can just say, 20 homes went into escrow this week.
That's right.
In the city.
Right, because most of the coaching clients, we have numbers that we need to understand to show and talk about the market. So we're going to do that on the weekend. So Monday we're ready to go. Everybody else can be mad. We're happy on Mondays, right? So Monday, that's when you want to do it. Now, also, hit for sell by owners. How many times during the day? 3. I'm going to tell you, Mike. I'm going to give you, if you really want to do some business, I'm going to tell you who you call in what order in a couple minutes. Only if you want to do business. It's up to you. Okay.
If you don't want to do business, you can log off.
Yeah, log off. If you want to do some deals, here we go. Hit the for sale by owners 3 times during the day. Morning, afternoon, and evening. I would go to their door morning. See, I color coded it morning, make it easy for you guys. And the evening, well, because it's blue, right? I should have done black. But anyways, I would go to their door in the morning and in the evening time. Okay? I would call them on the phone in the afternoon time. So you don't have to go physically, Mike, 3 times. But do it 3 times. Go, call, and go. Chris, I don't have enough time. Why not? Let's talk about time management. Well, because this, no. This, we got to block our schedule. Saeed, that's what we got to start doing, right? You're going to be amazing, I'm telling you. Now watch this, you guys. In November, well, how about March? November of each year, pull out all the for sale by owners during that year that you called on. I hope it's a lot of them. During that year. Call them again. Now, look, analyticals, don't spend time researching it. Well, did it sell first? Let me see. Forget it. Just call them. Look, be a driver right now. Just go down the list. Well, don't you know that it sold? Oh, congratulations. That's the worst that's going to happen. Don't waste your time. Go back to all of them. That's the for sale by owner day every month. And we're going to have a year in the whole year. That's in November or December. But most agents don't work in December, right? We do. Here we go. For sale by owner says, this is easy. Why'd you list for sale by owner? Are you kidding me? You guys get paid too much. You don't do anything. It's easy. Just use escrow. I just use escrow. You're going to handle all of it. This is a cakewalk. I just made 40,000 more. No, actually you did not. You're going to respond. What would an agent respond with, Mike, on that?
Just tell them 98% will go ahead and list.
Right.
And if it was that easy, then real estate agents wouldn't exist. We would be out of business, and yet the real estate world hires 98% of realtors, or real estate agents.
That's right. That's right. Before today's class, this is their response. Oh, you're right. Or before today's class, they won't even be talking to them.
Mm-hmm.
All right, but now we're going to talk to them. Now we know how to respond with this. Gosh, okay, escrow, you just use escrow. Okay. Escrow doesn't really get involved until after it's under contract. Under contract. Huh. By then it's too late. Uh-oh, what do you mean? Use doubt on them, okay? Be careful. Normally, that is something that escrow does not handle. Why don't we do this? How about I stop by your home and show you how I can net you more money than selling it yourself? Let's stop right there. Why am I bringing that in already? You need to talk about commission, because that's the number one thing on their mind. Why else are they for sale by owner? It's not because they think they can do a better job, okay? The issue is the 2 or 3%, right, Mike? Let's just face it, okay? They didn't even bring it, but I want to show you the importance of net, for sale by owner net, okay? For sale by owner net. Let's start all over. Escrow doesn't really get involved until after it's under contract, but by then it's too late. Use doubt on them. Be careful, Mr. Jones, because normally that is something that escrow does not handle. Why don't we do this? How about I stop by your home and show you how I can net you more money than selling it yourself? Yes, I can. And relieving you of the liability. If that's possible, wouldn't it be worth 20 minutes of your time to find out? I may or may not be able to, but we'll find out once we meet. I work a lot with for sale by owners just like you, and oftentimes I actually net them more than they could have sold on their own. Wouldn't it be worth 20 minutes of your time to see if I can do that? Same for you?
Another thing, Coach, is you ask them, how much do attorneys charge to retain them? $5,000.
Mm-hmm.
So guess what? If you go flawless and you don't make a mistake in this transaction, then you're not going to have to hire an attorney. So that's the risk you're taking.
Great point. But you know what, Mike? You know this. Escrow will handle it. That's what they think, right?
All right. At this time, we're going to conclude our second video of 3 videos, as where the coach will Chris Bauman. Big round of applause for the coach. Hey.
Here we go. This is the 4th quarter. Okay, so Hala, if they tell you that they are willing to pay an agent 3% if they bring them a buyer, is that normal? Why do we keep talking about this? Because this is the main reason, right? Ask, okay, and will you be providing all the necessary documents that buyers need from the seller? Tell them that it is your duty as an agent to let your buyers know this prior to them making a decision based on that, if they want to consider looking at it and making an offer on their house. This could be a liability going into it, right? So set the stage. Use a little bit of fear with them. 2, be careful. Keep in mind that agents who represent the buyer only will be, this is another way to do it. Be careful. Keep in mind that agents who represent the buyer only will be asking you a lot of questions that will be putting you on the spot in order to get an advantage for their buyers from you at the bargaining table. Let's say it again. Be careful. Keep in mind that agents who represent the buyer only will be asking you a lot of questions that will be putting you on the spot in order to get an advantage for their buyers from you at the bargaining table, right? Or 3. Okay, they say we're willing to pay 3%. Okay, great. Then basically, you are looking to save the other 3%. Then, am I correct? Just pull it out right now. Is that what it is? Thank you for being honest, because now I can go after your throat with that. Okay. Remember, you guys, Sales 101 is repeat, approve, dripped out response. Mike, have you heard about dripped out response before?
Never have.
Okay, we're going to learn something today. Dripped out response. What kind of buyer is looking to buy a for sale by owner? The kind who go to garage sales, right? Seriously, bargain hunters. A non-qualified buyer looking to get a steal on the house. Use that word. Who's stealing my house? I'm like, well, You're telling the whole world, come steal my house. What do you mean? Well, this is why. Okay? How about the get to know the for sale by owner? This is the last one. Then I'll stop boring you with these scripts. For the money conscious for sale by owner. Are they all money conscious? Yeah. Okay. Is this the owner of the house for sale at 123 Banana Street? This is Chris Bauman. I'm a real estate agent in the area. How are you? Good. Do you have a buyer? They say, right? It's a driver. I might, but I don't know without seeing it first. It's impossible to have a qualified buyer without actually seeing your property. Can you tell me what you listed it for? And they'll tell you. Then after you get done laughing, but don't laugh out loud, say, I'm going to be in your area tomorrow at 3. Anyways, may I stop by real quick? That's an easy one, Mike, right? I mean, anybody can use that. I'm going to teach this to Wolfgang. He's going to cold call for me while there's no school. From 1 to 2 every afternoon, he's going to use this script. See how many leads he gets. I'll get back to you guys.
All right, for those that don't know, who is Wolfgang?
Wolfgang is my 5-year-old son. Wolfgang Christoph Bauman. Okay, so we're going to go over the script together, him and I, tonight, tomorrow, Sunday. See how many he can get, okay? All right, here we go. Because remember, new agents, they're okay. Mike, by the way, who are, and everybody in Facebook land, who are the best salespersons in the world?
Kids.
Yeah! Why?
They have no mental barriers.
That's right. Why? 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 No, no, no. Why? No, not why. They don't care about no. Why? 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 They're the best salespeople. For sale by owner should be one of your 5 to 6 prospecting sources daily. Before today, they weren't even thought about. After today, I'm hoping it's going to be one. Okay? There's not too many of them, but they're immediate business, Mike. We got to get these guys, all right? For sale by owner is immediate business. Wow. Okay? For sale by owner, most of the time, is shopping for an agent. But you know what? The best salesperson wins. Always. You got to be sharp with this one. Are you willing to do it? Well, it takes 1 to 1.5 months for a for sale by owner to list with an agent. Okay, that's fine. Okay, we're going to work them. So it's not 12 weeks. Sometimes it's 4 or 6. Okay, so half the time. Okay, but this is the most important point to remember for sale by owners. It says most for sale by owners will tell you they will be paying some kind of commission, right? Most of them will say that, if not all. Your job is to show them value of why a full commission will net them more money. Once we master this, we master for sale by owners 100% of the time. Okay, that's all it is, you guys. Through questions, through acknowledgement, through acknowledging and dripping it out. Dripping it out will be in a couple pages, I promise you. Star. James Escamilla, you are a star. The first 2 things you want to try to find out about the for sale by owner is, we already said this, find out where they are moving to, find out why they are moving to. But for anybody, we have to do this. Okay? And when, also. But these are the first 2. We have to find out these 2 important pieces of information. This way, when we speak to them again, we remind them of these 2 questions. To remind them of their motivation, to remind them through questions only, not comments, that they are making a mistake, not using an agent instead. This is sales. So this is important. We don't want to make comments about they're making a mistake, Mike. We want to ask them questions that they will say that they're making a mistake. All right? There's a difference between the 2. And I was not a psychology major in college, seriously. That's just sales. Okay? Okay. There's a stop sign here. Okay, Wolfgang, he showed me how to make that stop sign. They did that in school. Pre-kindergarten, by the way. Remember, when we get their motivation, hit pause. Why? Don't continue on with the script. Stay with that motivation through questions. Okay? When we finally get their motivation, hit pause. Keep on that with questions. Okay? Pump them up with the motivation. Remind them, I'm doing the wrong thing. And then you can go forward. But hit pause when you get their motivation through questions. Mike, who teaches this in real estate?
The Excellence Organization.
Man, I'm telling you, this is
Professor.
great. Do you agree? This is great. Okay, if we don't know where they're going and why they're going there, we don't even know why they're a for sale by owner. Why are you a for sale by owner? I always liked those signs, and I didn't know who to call, so I just made one and put them up there. I don't know. Why are you a for sale by owner? Well, we got to know why and where they're going. Okay? The when will come later. Got it? Okay.
You know what, James Escamilla, that guy's wired a different way. You put him out indoors, he'll do 500 doors. You put him to do open houses, he'll put 100 signs. And he says, Professor, my new obsession is FSBOs.
Nice. I love it. Good job. You can be the FSBO king. Okay, so when we get a FSBO who is willing to talk to us, is that going to happen?
Oh yeah.
All the time, 100% of the time. But what do you want, kind of thing, right? Let's from now on really make sure that we find out enough. Then every conversation goes through that filter. Because right now, the only thing that agents are saying, Mike, is this. This is the 10%, 90% of the agents doing 10% of the deals. But we're the 10%, we're called the 10% club, all right? In our coaching group, we're called the 10%ers, right? So, right now, the only thing agents are saying is this. Let's get together so I can talk, so I can talk about getting your property on the market. Does that even benefit them? No, it's about I, right? Look, what do I say about that? Nobody wants to get their property on the market. No one does. And the agent saying that makes it about the agent, not about the for sale by owner, right? So we're different here, but we're going to be results, okay? Because it's about them through questions, not I, ego, drop the E and go, right? Okay. Remember, get motivation, Mike, hit pause, ask questions about who? Them, right? That's the key. Questions about them. When you talk to somebody, Mike, and they're asking you, boy, that's great, and how was your da-da-da, and they're asking questions about you, do you like that?
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, everybody does.
It feeds my ego.
Well, yeah, I mean, everybody loves that. Do they want to talk about, no matter what personality style you are, it doesn't matter. If somebody reminds you of something good about you or something, that you have to look forward to, do you not like to talk about that? You probably do, right? Okay. For example, how about this? If he is selling a for sale by owner because he needs every penny to get the house by the beach, that's why he's telling you. He has to save every penny. Okay? Then every conversation is now, from now on, before the market changes more, aren't you ready to see how I can help you get to the beach? Right? Etc. Now, everything goes through that filter after this point. Okay? Filter is another slang terminology we say in sales. This is the filter now, right? Why? I got their motivation. Now I'm going to talk about their motivation through questions. Okay? Ask the for sale by owner, how is it going with the sale so far? Do you have any offers? The for sale by owner responds, okay, it's going okay. I'm going to keep it a for sale by owner for another week or month, but it's going okay. There's a reason why they're saying that. Why? I'm going to tell you right now. It's probably because they have a couple prospects that they're working with. Are you cheating on me? What's going on here? If the for sale by owner mentions that they're going to wait a week because they are currently working with a potential buyer, respond with, okay, that's great. So either way, Mike, they're going to either say, well, I just want to wait, or they're going to say, I'm going to wait because I have a buyer. Either way, it's because they have a buyer, or they think they do. Are they unqualified? Yeah. Are they a qualified buyer or an unqualified buyer?
No.
Unqualified buyer, right? Bargain hunter.
Unless they're buying cash.
Okay, yeah. So now it depends on, is it terms that's more important or the price, right? Okay. It's probably going to be price, though, with for sale by owners. That's why they're for sale by owner.
Most buyers, Chris, like you said, if I go buy from a for sale by owner, I want a good deal.
Yes.
I want a good deal. Excuse me. And,
Bless you.
And I want things to go my way.
Yes.
And the for sale by owner wants a good deal also.
Yeah.
He wants to save it, so it's a lose-lose situation.
It is. But remember that stat that I said in the very beginning? 55,000 less on an average. So maybe the buyer makes it on that one. I don't know. Right? Could be. But I hear you, Mike. You're absolutely right. But we're going to respond with this. That's great. You know, there's a way that you and I can both win. If they say this, you know, there's actually a way that you and I can both win. Can I explain?
Of course.
Thank you. Let's go ahead and meet now. This way, if they don't come through, meaning that buyer that they told you about, then you and I have everything in place where you can put me to work immediately and we don't miss a beat. The beauty for you, may I explain? Thank you. This way, we can tell them that means the buyer, that we have listed the property, but we have excluded them for 7 days. Those buyers. What do you think that's going to do to them? Oh boy, we better get off the fence, right? We better do something, right, Saeed? They better go see Saeed to get financing. They're going to have to do something now. We can essentially force their hand or force them out. You like that? Hey, this is an adult world. So you are not waiting around as qualified buyers are purchasing left and right while not even aware of your property. Okay? While you are waiting for these buyers who may or may not even come through. Isn't that a good one? Hello?
Yes.
Yes, it's a good one. I hope you guys got that. Always ask more questions, not only questions, but more questions, so Mike really find out what they're looking to do. Okay? So we want to ask questions to find out what they're going to do. Watch, we're going to ask questions to get their motivation. Okay? We're going to really ask more questions to really get their motivation. That's going to be like, where do I sign? Okay? Oh, I told you. Now, who wants to do a lot of deals? Anybody? Okay. This is what you do. The daily order of prospecting. When we have our morning time and we prospect, this is how, if you want to do a lot of deals, this is the order I want you to do it. I even color-coded it so it's easy. Expired listings is the very beginning. That's fun in the morning. Old expired listings. Mike, what do I mean by that? Maybe 2 weeks out.
Oh, 2 weeks.
Okay? Yeah. Because I'll explain later. Because later on we're going to do the whole year. Or a couple of months. Or every day. I'm going to explain now. Because every day we're going to have an expired, every month we're going to have an expired and a for sale by owner day. So at that particular time we're going to go back in the time. But then we're going to have the whole year thing. Right? Are we going to spend time on the computer to find out if anything has changed though before we call those people?
No.
No. I'm just going to go. Well, I made a mistake. Congratulations. Well, no, thank you. And then your hot leads. And then, for sale by owners, James Escamilla. Then your center of influence. This cannot be missed. Then just listed, just sold. And then what? Insanities is doing the same exact thing, but it's in a good way right now. We're going to do the same thing. Expired listings. Old expired listings. Hot leads and for sale by owners. Let's go over it again. Expired listings, old expired listings. Now it's about, you start at 9 o'clock, 8:30. You should be role playing in the beginning. Let's say 9 o'clock. Now it's about what, Mike? 9:37. Hot leads. How many leads do you have? Now hopefully not very many. Okay, seriously. Hot leads. Okay, now it's 10 o'clock. For sale by owners. We're going to call for sale. Not too many of them, right? So what time is it, Mike, now? 10:18?
It's almost lunchtime.
Almost lunchtime. Center of influence. This is a whole 2-hour class on how many to call, what to call. If you work with me, boy, we know this is the main one, right? Now it's about, 11 o'clock. 11 o'clock. Wow, 11 o'clock, 1 hour, and I want 2 hours. Oh, isn't that interesting? We're halfway done. Just listed, just sold. I recently sold a house in the area. I was wondering, do you know anybody who's looking to move into your neighborhood? Gosh, I appreciate you answering that question. Let me ask you, when do you plan on moving? And then ask the questions. You know, I recently sold a house in the area, and you know what's interesting is we found out that when someone sells, normally 2 more want to sell right away. So with that in mind, when do you want to move, and when do you plan on moving? Just solds. Go back to expireds again, go back to old expireds, go back to hot leads, go back to for sale by owners. I just added 20 deals to you right now. Okay, I'll send you the bill. Agent says, how many offers have you had so far? For sale by owner. How many offers have you? No, don't do that. They say none. Okay, you're kidding. I'm surprised. They say 1,752. You're kidding. You had time to review all those? They say, what's an offer? You're kidding. They say, whatever. You're kidding. I'm surprised. That's a dripped out response. Remember we were talking about Mike about a dripped out response? I'm surprised. Dripped out response. It engages them. Understand? Overly with the for sale by owner. Acknowledge. Dripped out response. Okay, well, you know what? I'm actually surprised. Why? That's why. It's a dripped out response. Let me ask you, if you have a qualified product like your home, do you think you would get more for it if you expose it to 50,000 or 50 people or 50,000 people? Okay? Which group of people do you think you would get offers from? Dun, 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 dun. It's like what's that game show? They're trying to write the answer. Bing! What's the answer? 50,000! Yes, you're right. You just won $200. It's 50,000 to get more offers and a better offer, right, Mike? What's the chances? I mean, it's like, come on. It's obvious. Okay, but now they're going to get a little fancy on us. Well, bring me a buyer. Hot shot. Great! You know why? Because, actually, that is what I do every day. And let me ask you, if I do bring one of my buyers that I show houses to every day, just like yours, will you be paying a commission? No. Thank you very much. Good luck. Right? Okay, I did, this is extra credit. Extra credit, okay? Because we really want to get our money's worth. Look at that, Mike, we're doing okay.
We're doing good.
I brought the gold one again.
All right. That thing's a weapon.
Matches the helmet.
You can crack a head with that.
Yes, you can, and boy, I'll tell you, it's happened. Okay, how about this? Questions you can try in anything with for sale by owners or anybody. Well, what happened when you tried price? What happened when you tried $399? What happened when you tried Alexis Guerrero as your agent? What happened when you tried putting the advertisement on the Goodyear blimp during the Rose Bowl? Okay, what happened when you tried whatever? Number 2, why didn't your house sell? Let him tell you. 3, why are you moving? Well, I don't have to. Probably not, right? Motivation is what we need to find out, right? Why do you want to sell? I don't know. I just figured it might be a fun thing to do. Why do you want to sell? I have a job transfer. I have to be there in July. Bingo, right? There's a difference. Motivation. How did I find out the motivation? Through questions. Okay? What are you looking for in an agent? I'm not looking for an agent. What are you looking for in an agent? They're going to tell you. That way when you meet with them, Mike, you can really press upon those things, right? What would you most like to see accomplished? What are they going to say?
Sell my house.
Getting it sold. I'm glad you said that. Done. Here we go. What are your expectations for a smooth transaction? Interesting. You want to ask this question, why? Because you want to instill this in your listing presentation, right? You want to find out what their hot buttons are, and you're going to talk about that. Even if you don't think it's important to them, and that's what's important. What do you see as the next step to take? What are your current concerns? Talking to you at this point right now is a concern of mine. What issues are important to you? Ooh, another one for the listing presentation. What's the most important priority for you in this process? So that's another one. What is your timeline for this process? I don't know. Year 2023 could be. Gee, I don't want to talk to you then, right? Mike, any questions on that?
No questions from Facebook, but I have a question. I have a
great.
comment.
Oh.
Since we're doing good in time, we're gonna give them bonus time.
Ooh.
So right after the session is over, we're gonna sit the professor and just kind of do a little interview on him behind the scenes.
Great. I'm looking forward to that. Thank you, Mike. Tie down questions. Okay? A tie down question is when you respond like a dripped out response, but then you're going to follow up with a question. Okay? This is sales. Tie down questions. So you can get fancy and say, hey, I know what a tie down question is. What do you mean? Well, I'm in sales. Come on. Right? I did 30 of them for you guys. Okay, so let's do one at a time. Alexis, does that make sense? Claudia, does that work? Karina, are you with me? Ulysses, do you see what I mean? Diana Cuevas, does this help? Mike Cuevas, understand? Jose Vega, got it. Leticia Jaime, correct. Patricia Campos, right. Noel Senya, isn't that right? Ricardo Valencia, what do you think? Rosa Pacheco, don't you? Christina Correa, isn't it? Soheila Sabir, won't it? Amado Hernandez, shouldn't you? Ramon Uribe, don't you agree? Rosita, how does that sound? Ruth Rodriguez, isn't that right? Michael Zern, sounds reasonable. Does that sound reasonable? Adriana Hesford, good solution, right? Giselle Leon, agreed? Paul Pound, isn't that correct? JJ Haro, isn't that true? Lourdes Pena, okay? Let me stop there. It was about 2 o'clock this morning when I was doing this, right? And I'm like, well, Mike, give me time to do a little fun, little fact right now. Why do we say okay? Do you guys know where you get okay? Does anybody know how we got okay? Do you want to know?
Yes.
Okay. This is just nonsense stuff, but who cares? Okay. Back in, I don't know, one of those wars back in the 1800s, there was Germany fighting in a war. And there was a guy, a commander, the main commander, and he would get your paperwork and he would tell you where you have to go in the service. And he would stamp it with his name. He was called the Ober Commander. But commander was with a K. Ober, O-B-E-R, commander with a K. That was a lot, to write out. It wasn't stamped, it was just a lot. So he condensed it to okay, Ober Commander, okay. That's how we got okay.
Wow. That's why you're the professor.
I mean, I'm just saying, Come on. Paul Pound, Ober Commander. Paul Pound, true? JJ, won't that be great? James, aren't you? Saeed, couldn't we? Tino, wouldn't you? And Susan Calderon, Greg Prado, Susie Ramos, Rafaela Perez, Veronica Gomez, everybody, hasn't it? Okay, tie down question, right? Does that make you go forward with the person? It does.
Yes.
It does. All right, one last thought. Remember, for sell by owners are receptive to calls about the sale of their house. Remember that. So I want you guys to call them because they're receptive to it. Show them through questions the value you give them, how even by paying a full commission, you will make them more money, along with so many other benefits that you provide them. Once you do that, you will never be intimidated by a for sale by owner again, and never am I going to have the chance to do this ever again. Thank you, Chris Bauman, number 66. Bam!
All right, Professor, have a seat right there. Get that
Okay.
chair over.